We're going to Wembley. Que sera, sera. What's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well. Really do hope that, friends. Brentford 0, Chelsea 2. Oh yeah, it feels good, ladies and gentlemen. Nearly the perfect outing. 3 teenage debutants, a clean sheet, away at a difficult fixture, West London derby. Under the lights against Brentford, a team that's feeling good at the moment, good atmosphere, full first team available, and they started a very strong first team. We can't score goals of late. In fact, we love conceding 3 goals a game. It's a new trick that we've been up to. So, to have a heavily rotated side, we will go through the players in a moment, to keep a clean sheet, score a couple of goals, not from open play. Hey, we don't do that here. But still, a good win, heavily rotated, some positive and surprise performances. Spoiler, Saul. Lots to get into, Harvey Vale. Lots to get into. Settle in, get comfortable, subscribe. Please do drop a like. It helps me out a lot. Hey, it means a lot. It's just a click for you. You're all welcome to subscribe should you choose to do so. Make sure all notifications are turned on. Right, so interestingly, it was a 3-5-2 from Brentford. That's not interesting. They always do that. Chelsea went for a 3-4-1-2 formation. Someone playing in behind 2 forwards. And was heavily rotated. So let's go through those now. We had Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal. Chalobah, Sarr, and Azpilicueta as a back 3, which is pretty much expected. You know, Chalobah playing in the middle, being the sort of marshal, weird, like senior player, I guess. Azpilicueta, captain on the right. Sarr, another good performance. We'll go through the players' performances in a moment. And the midfield consisted of Saul Niguez, Kovacic played, didn't he? And Ross Barkley was in the sort of number 10 behind the forwards. We had Marcus Alonso at left wing back, and we had Xavier Simons at right wing back. And up front, to start with, we had Harvey Vale. And we had Jude soonsup-bell, of course, the 17-year-old soonsup-bell, who had been scoring a lot of goals, maybe got a bit quiet recently, and he got a bit bodied in this game. But, you know, amazing to see these youngsters feature in this game. Superb to see it, and we started the game very well. On top of Brentford, creating more chances. I mean, they probably had the better goal-scoring chances, but we had the dominating... We had the football in their half, essentially. We were playing well, I was pleased, and I was thinking, essentially, if you're including these under-23s, this is like our C team at best, away at Brentford's first team in a West London derby. Under the lights, you know, this is massive for them, a quarter-final, a chance to get to semi-final, a cup, like, historic for them, do you know what I mean? So... yeah, well, you know, the fact how we were like holding our own was good enough for me, certainly. Disappointing performers in the first half, you'd probably say, were Marcus Alonso and Ross Barkley. And 2 of the senior experienced professionals there, and some of the kids, you know, doing better. Certainly in that first half, Harvey Vale was pretty darn magnificent. And, you know, maybe Jude soonsup-bell didn't do too much in the first half. Of course, he got hooked at half-time for Christian Pulisic. So running through, there was a yellow card each in the first half. And then at half-time, we made a double change. We brought on Pulisic and Jorginho. Jorginho came on for Kovacic, so you'd assume that was an injury thing, like a forced change, probably one that Tuchel would have preferred not to do. And then, of course, we brought on Christian Pulisic to replace soonsup-bell up top. So Mount somehow kept his... Barkley somehow kept his place. He played in behind Pulisic and Vale for a little bit until, 20 minutes later, we saw 2 more changes when Mason Mount came on for Harvey Vale, so he played in the sort of one of the 2 forwards in front of the number 10, and Reece James came on for Xavier Simons. I think Xavier did pretty well. He got a good long shot off in the first half, but again, out of the 3, it was very much Harvey Vale that was shining. Reece James coming on, of course, and then Tony comes on for Visser, who of course is a good striker himself, but Tony's their main man, their talisman, and over like the next few minutes, they bring on the rest of their strength, and it's... Despite, let's look at the stats quickly. Chelsea had over 68% possession. We had 15 shots to their 4. I think their 4 shots were probably all on target. I know Kepa made a couple of decent saves in the first half. But, ultimately we have that many shots, and we had more aerials won. 18 aerials to their 8, so 10 more aerials, which I found really interesting. So we were really battling well, and we got more, despite having way more of the ball, we executed much more tackles. So we were much more assertive, and Brentford were quite passive in this game, despite having a few chances on the break. So let's talk about player performances. Kepa in goal. Solid. I like it. He still had to make some saves. He still had to sort of, be patient with the ball, play out of the back. Did it all well. Kepa made no mistakes. This is Premier League level at an away ground. That's ultimately what it is. I know he's the world's most expensive goalkeeper, so to say, this is Premier League level, he should be able to play that. It was good from Kepa. I was very pleased to see it, and we can trust him. When AFCON comes around and Mendy goes, we've got Kepa. Kepa's decent, mate. Aspi was decent. He looked a little bit gassed at the end, but he's 32. He's my age, I think. Jesus, I would be gassed. I'm not a professional footballer. What am I talking about myself here? Chalobah, very good. Very pleased to see him in the middle or the back, winning probably most of those aforementioned aerial duels. A lot of them were probably Trev Chalobah. Very, very pleasing to see him play well, play forward well, and actually look quite like a leader. He was commanding. He was telling people where to go. That was important. Sarr was fine, good enough. He didn't make any big mistakes. A couple of good interceptions. Great. This is what he's here for at the moment. We wanted to loan him out. He was never really supposed to be part of the squad. He's been useful. He's done stuff. In the midfield, Kovacic was good in the first half. Made a lot of those sort of Kovacic-esque dribbles. Displayed his sort of class, clearly carrying an injury. It wasn't his full self, hence coming off at half time. Saul Niguez. Let's talk about Saul Niguez, because the second half against Wolves made me think, maybe 2017 Saul has turned up. And although I don't want to get overexcited, and I like how Tuchel didn't go overexcited either, he's just, like when he was bad, he's reacting the same when he's good. He's just trying to be neutral about him, which is, I think, very good from the coach. He was good in this game, man. He got a yellow card, but he was he's got a good rating on Who Scored. I'm looking at here now. He's 7.6, one of the higher rated in Chelsea's. Mate, they're the second highest for Chelsea, I think. So he played really, really well. Saul is a good midfielder. We knew that, and maybe he's just less nervous now. I know he said he was very nervous about coming to Chelsea and changing club after being at Atletico forever, and it's like a big move for him, and it's pretty scary. It is scary, man. Maybe not for the kids. You'd be like, oh, the kids do it, but they're academy bred, and this is their club, and they've always played in English football. For someone like Saul, and it's tricky, and I understand how all of us have been really annoyed by his performances because we demand the best. It's Chelsea Football Club. It's good to see him being useful, and this is the kind of performance you think, yeah, maybe stick around until your loan ends. Don't go back in January because we can use you, man. Do you know what I mean? Jorginho comes on, looks like Jorginho, dispatches a wonderful pen, superb. Reece James got the assist for the Pontus Jansson own goal. I should probably talk about the goals. 80th minute, we all assumed it was going to penalties, didn't we, before that goal? We were like, okay, well, we've got good penalty takers, Jorginho, Aspi, Mason Mount, Reece James, these guys can all take good penalties. And then, of course, Kante comes on in the late on, and he is brilliant, basically, immediately. Offensively, not because we've got most of the ball, but he's doing good attacking pieces of the play, retaining the ball high up, and before the opener, the own goal, it was really all. I mean, it was a great ball from Reece James that forced the Pontus Jansson own goal, but the footwork from N'Golo Kante just prior, before it got to Reece James, to win it back and shimmy it into that position, so they're out of position and Reece can put in that ball. Magnificent work from N'Golo Kante, just immediately amazing off the bench. So that's in the 80th minute. 5 minutes later, Pulisic wins a penalty from the goalkeeper. Absolutely a penalty all day long. I thought it was really close, but he actually nicks it away quite quickly. Excellent work from Pulisic, wins his team a penalty, and Jorginho does a Jorginho and dispatches it, gives the goalkeeper the eyes, and just passes it into the net like he does superbly. So, to carry on with player performances, Kante was magnificent after he came on. Who Scored has given Alonso a 7.8 rating. I think he did some good things, but he was frustrated. He just looks so clumsy. Yes, I say it every time I film a match review, but he's got the turning circle of a boat. And you feel like any minute the ball can be stolen off him. But I suppose he was fine in this game. He served his purpose. He did some good combinational play up top, and therefore I'm not going to have a go at him. And by the way, I'm not against Alonso. Alonso was excellent for Chelsea. He was one of the main reasons we won a Premier League in our last Premier League. I'm just talking about these days and how our team plays. I've got to reflect on him fairly. And I don't think he's been good of late. But he's fine in this game. And Pulisic won the penalty. Mason Mount didn't really do much at all. I think he turned over possession quite high, which was like a good moment, but you know, he didn't really get a chance to shine. And yeah, man, this game will be the Harvey Vale game where the sort of mainstream saw Harvey Vale look great, make tackles. Get a yellow card, but he made tackles, he ran to the flanks, he combined up front, he popped a couple of shots off, good feet, he did a wonderful turn within the 3 players. Superb from Harvey Vale. You know, it's good that the other kids got their chance to sort of feature. And ultimately, no one's injured. We got to rotate. Well, we don't know about Kovacic, but no one got injured. We got to rotate. We kept a clean sheet. Good for Kepa's confidence. Good for Milan Sar's confidence. Good for Saul. This game was good for Saul massively. Hugely. He's gonna go to sleep with a smile on his face tonight, and that's really important. That he feels like he's part of the team, so he can grow and be a useful asset to the team. Because ultimately, that's what this is all about, right? So, guys, let me know what you think. Comment down below. Let's start up the conversation. Please do drop a like on the video. It does mean a lot. So, thank you very much, friends, and hopefully, you enjoyed my thoughts on the game. And keep it locked with that bell and notifications icon turned on. And I'll see you tomorrow, friends. Like I see you every day. Peace.